How's it going, Star Seekers? I hope everyone's doing alright, and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm bringing you some hot new asset flipping goodness from our old friends over at Pix Arts. The guys over there have been rather busy lately, piecing together the latest wonders from store-bought assets, and the latest creation is a 3D fighting game called Urban Street Fighting, which was brought to my attention by Switchheads, one of the channel's subscribers. Now, if anyone else spots any potential asset flips, then reach out to me by dropping a comment in any of my videos, or by jumping onto the Star Seekers Discord server linked in the description box below. So right off the bat, we can see from the eShop screenshots of Urban Street Fighting that the collection of characters in the game don't really seem to make much sense. That, coupled with some awkward character positioning and some pretty generic looking level design, sets off the asset flip warning bells right away. Now, if you don't know what an asset flip is, it's basically when so-called developers buy, or in Pix Arts' case, more likely steal, pre-made assets from places like the Unity Asset Store, which is designed to save the developers a little bit of work when producing the games. Asset flippers, on the other hand, piece together their so-called games entirely from store-bought assets, and more often than not they don't actually modify them in any way, and sometimes they're even complete games to start with. In the case of Urban Street Fighting, Pix Arts have created the game using an asset called Universal Figthing Engine, the latest being Universal Figthing Engine 2. But from the looks of things, Pix Arts have used a legacy version of the engine, likely obtained from some dodgy asset site which distribute Unity assets for free. Now, I base this opinion on two things. Firstly, the engine alone is pretty pricey, coming in at nearly $200 on its own. And considering the fact that they're only charging £8 for Urban Street Fighting, it's unlikely that they're going to actually make the money back anytime soon. However, it's the character models included in Urban Street Fighting which really give the game away. So far as I can tell, the characters Mike and Mechanim are character models only included in the old version of the engine. Now, the asset itself is a complete fighting game engine which includes AI support through additional add-ons such as Fuzzy AI, and you basically just have to import a character model and assign it a moveset using a tool called Mechanim, which the character Mechanim bot was no doubt designed to showcase. So now we've established how easy it is to actually get your own characters into the tool, let's take a quick look at the characters included in Pix Arts' game. First off, as mentioned before, we have Mechanim Bot and Mike, both of which were default character models included in the original version of Universal Figthing Engine to showcase character movesets. Neither of these characters appear to have received any modification from their original assets. Next up, we have Soccer Boy and Boxer. Soccer Boy is a pretty interesting one, as I managed to identify him as being part of a Soccer Players and Stadium pack. This pack contains a bunch of soccer game assets, but most notably, it allows you to piece together a player, and as you can see from the footage, Soccer Boy is wearing the football kit worn by these players, but the badge on the kit isn't the same. If, however, we take a bit of a dive into the asset pack, we can find the actual badge as a prefab, meaning that you can actually mix and match these assets to create your own kit. Moving on to Boxer now, things are a little less interesting as he's just taken from a 3D model asset called Boxer 7631 Tris. This asset includes a number of different boxer styles, but the one being used is simply called Black Boxer. Moving on finally to the Ethan and Susan characters. Ethan is in fact a character included in a newer version of Universal Figthing Engine alongside Robot Kyle, both of whom are available in a playable demo game. I spent absolutely ages trying to find the character model for Susan, but it turned out she was actually added to the character roster in an updated version of Universal Figthing Engine. Now, when it comes to the actual area that they're fighting in, the asset they've used here is an industrial game area asset for PC and mobile, though things do look a little off here, as the character models look giant compared to the barrels, pallets and containers around them, but this is probably just due to them not knowing how to scale down the character models, or more likely, them not actually caring enough to do so. So as you can see, Urban Street Fighting is yet another wonderful asset flip game from Pix Arts which has been shat out onto the eShop, but hopefully this video has encouraged you not to buy it or any of their other games. Now, if you want to check out a demo of Universal Figthing Engine, there's one available for PC and I'll leave it linked below. And if you're interested in seeing any of the other asset flips I've covered, then you'll also find a link to the playlist below. I also produce detailed reviews for actual Nintendo Switch games on my channel if that's something you're interested in. Now Pix Arts have got another couple of games they've recently added to the store, and I'm going to go and check them out, as I know for sure that Jumping Stack Ball is definitely a Unity asset. So if you want to see the videos on them and be notified of any other asset flip videos I spot, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. For now though, I just want to thank you all once again for watching, and until next time, take care and game on.